What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ton Voices Live. We're now at number 3. I'm joining you today from my hotel room in Bangkok. It's late at night. I'm excited to be with you guys, excited to take us through another week of news. Uh, get going with my brother, Luke Belmar, and my new friend, Ricky Wong, who's the co-founder of Catizen. Guys, Catizen has been killing it. I think everyone on this call is going to know exactly what Catizen is, who they are, but let me do a little introduction. Catizen is a revolutionary gaming bot on Telegram. It seamlessly integrates Telegram, mini app, and Tom blockchain, transforms Web3 access, enabling mobile payments by leveraging Telegram's immense amount of traffic. Catizen is becoming or will become a mini app center, combining launch pools unique features with short videos and e-commerce features. This innovative approach is going to attract and engage users through gamification and strategic play to airdrop initiatives, really just revolutionizing how users access and engage with a Web3 ecosystem. Ricky, it's great to have you here, mate. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
good. It is my great honor to be invited to your show. Uh, Jack and Luke, congrats to your new show, and congrats to Luke. I know you become the advisor for the Ton Society, and yeah, I know your last episode is a great success. 100,000 of audience in your first episode. Good job, guys.
Thank you, thank you. Luke, how you doing? Can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
I was muted, letting you guys run the intro. That was a great intro, Jack. Yeah, I mean, I
No
just saw
worries.
it also your main company got an investment with Binance Labs, so that's super exciting. Binance is always looking and investing into top tier teams. Tell us a little bit about that. How did that come to be? What's the announcement there? I saw you guys announced it on your Telegram. Over 400,000 people saw it. You have over 5,000 people that are following your Telegram channel. Really, really up to date and wanting to know what's taking place. So can give us a little rundown as to what's been taking place over the last 48 hours. I saw you guys got a really interesting announcement from an interesting person that shouted you guys out. Would like to hear a
Mm.
little bit about that. What's the last couple of days been like?
So, well, it's really a tough couple of days because we are closing the earlier round of investment, and then we are doing starting the discussion with Binance in about 1 month earlier, and then in this around 1 month of time, we finish all the paperwork and then finish all the due diligence, and yeah, I think it's our great honor, and I'm really thrilled to have Binance on board. We previously we had top investing in us, Hashkey, Folius, like they are all uh, giants in their own aspect. And but having Binance as a leader in the crypto industry investing in our company, it is another big validation. I think this investment can help our company gain more resources and support to accelerate product and business development. Um, would like to point out one thing because we are not like the other game publisher or game company, game studios. We are actually telling every one of our investors that we are putting a lot of efforts in compliance because we think this is how we can sustain our business in long term. And I'm glad that Binance, Top, and Hashkey and other investors they look into our documents and then look in our vision and then they believe in it and make investment in us. I think I really want to thank them. And right after the announcement by Binance last night, I think in the game, I think we get 10,000 more players, paying players. So
Mm.
over, and then yeah, as you said, the boss of Telegram, Mr. Bawal Rudolph, he is uh, announcing and showing his support of Cadison and asking us to launch Dogism because he's a dog guy. So if he loves dog, and then of course we will think about it. And actually our team is already putting something into it. Yeah, let's see. But and having
Yeah,
finance on board is a big validation, I would say.
that's awesome. Well, congrats, massive, huge congrats. I think this is well, I know this is the first Binance Labs investment into the Ton ecosystem. So hopefully the first of many. Binance Labs is obviously an extremely important player in bringing capital into Web3 projects. And so for Katazen to be the trailblazer blazer here is fantastic. And yeah, you even got the shout out from Pavel Durov himself. If we can bring up the screen, I think I have this here. So Durov, oh no, sorry, I don't have this, but I did want to shout out this bit of news, which was that Telegram actually reached 950 million monthly active users just a few days ago, and they will now release Web3 or an app store, a mini app store inside of Telegram and the Web3 browser this month. So 950 million monthly active users, an app store coming to the Telegram native UI and a Web3 browser, all coming this month. Plus, Katazen is getting invested by Binance Labs. Things are really, really looking up. And I want to put the question to you. How many people do we think can come on chain via Ton this year? What's your guess, Luke? What's your guess, Ricky? What do you think?
I mean, we just have to look at the path of least resistance. But talking about the path of least resistance and talking about investing, something we do every single week to facilitate somebody's access to the community and access to the Ton ecosystem is every single week we give $1,000 in Ton away to one of the people that's on this live stream. So, Ricky, what we basically do, I don't know if you were able to tune in last stream, but last stream basically if you go on Tonkeeper and you get a wallet, in order for you to, download a wallet that already has money, there's seed phrases, right? And inside the seed phrase, there's 24 words. Now, within this $1,000 giveaway that we do every single week, right? What we do, guys, is we're going to be displaying throughout this live stream the 24 words. If you achieve the 24 words, you can tap into the wallet, get the money. Obviously, many people are going to tap into the wallet, so you got to withdraw it quicker than anybody else. But you have access to now play within the Ton ecosystem. So once you have those funds, you're able to get involved in the ecosystem, in the games, and in the products that are already existing on the platform. Now, what I like about the path of least resistance is everybody begins with the tech. Everybody begins with the product. Everybody begins with wanting the new blockchain, wanting the new ecosystem, but nobody focuses on where the users already are. You need to go to where the users already are. Telegram and Ton, the Ton blockchain, they started with a different perspective and they started differently than the average individual or the average project. They started with the end in mind. And when you start with the end in mind, which is user acquisition, it's a viable product that can actually be used by the masses, then it's different than, some of these other blockchains that were focusing on technology and now have no ability to utilize or acquire customers. So the fact that people can, within seconds, get a wallet, if they're outside of the US, they can get a wallet within Telegram itself. But otherwise, you can get third-party wallets. And all I need is your Telegram username. And within a couple seconds, I can send you $1 million of USDT for practically free. So the path of least resistance, I think, is going to be onboarding users extremely quickly. I think the users will be onboarded, Jack, in direct proportion to the people that are onboarded in crypto. So a natural amount of these individuals are going to flow over. But I would say there's no reason why 20, 30, 40, 50% of the people that have Telegram don't become clearly aware of the features beyond just chatting in a secure system. I think people are realizing there's more to it. And once again, Telegram is growing in a way that is natural. Telegram is growing based off of one word, and this word's key. And it's something that a lot of these mini games are slowly applying if they create good products and viral loops, is referrals. People tell other people, hey, Telegram is dope, download it. You should use it because it's the better alternative for communication. Okay, perfect. So it's the users referring the users. You have the founder, who's still the guy running product, Pavel. He's communicating with people on a regular basis. It's a very tight-knit community, even though it feels like it's a billion people. People are very much aware of what's taking place, and those that aren't are clearly becoming more and more aware of what's taking place on the platform and the possibilities to build upon it.
Yep, 100%. And I want to point out this point you made around how the Ton ecosystem has this kind of unique distribution. Came across this thread earlier today. It's a great thread for builders in the ecosystem. Which basically shows you what you need to do to find your total addressable market. And that's have a killer wedge. And a killer wedge he defines as like it's more than just a product market fit. It's something extremely unique that cordons off a market in some kind of way. So he gave the example of like Facebook had the way it started was inside of universities where they had this like really niche market where the product was super relevant. And I think that's what we see now on Ton is we have a killer wedge in the Telegram integration. So we have distribution within Telegram, so we can easily forward on apps. We can share them with our friends. We can tag them in just by putting their handle in a chat or a channel. And then we also have the instant onboarding through the mini apps platform. So you just open up the mini app, and then there you are. You're accessing the blockchain. So that is like Ton's unique killer wedge, right? That's cordons off our market, which is Telegram users. It gives us the easy access to those people. Now bringing them on chain is a different thing, but that's kind of up to the projects to do. But the projects now have this ability to use the killer wedge, right? Use the distribution, use the instant onboarding, use those mini apps to then also get access to the same benefits that Ton as a network has, and then also create their own killer wedge, like by defining a specific market. And I think that's kind of what Catizen, what you guys have done. You've actually gone further than just a distribution, further than just the instant onboarding. You've created a game which is highly used by many people. Millions, in fact, of people are playing the game. And now you're moving into a new phase, or I guess actually not yet, but we can get into the timings of this whole thing. But now your new phase is going to be more towards like sustainability and how do we actually like continue on the growth of the platform beyond just the kind of earning and mining phase. So Ricky, I'd love to jump in and just ask you a few questions about
Should we
how do you
run
think?
keywords though? Jack, should we run some keywords real quick on the screen?
Yeah,
I think we
100%.
need the first 8 keywords on the screen. We're 15 minutes into the stream, so we definitely need to pop up the first 4. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we have a $1,000 giveaway. You need to unlock all 24 words, all right, in order for you to get access to the wallet with $1,000 in Ton. Free money up for grabs. All you have to do is be faster than everybody else. If you don't think you're going to be faster, well, don't even play. But if you think you have a chance at winning, write down the 8 words. You'll be unlocking the next 16 in just the next couple minutes. But yeah, Ricky, talk to us a little bit about where you see the future of Catizen. I know you guys, it's really early on. You have 1 million active plus users on chain, which is crazy to think about. You know, there's obviously people that download the game, won't utilize it. But then I begin to look at the engagement and I'm like, okay, hold up. Yeah, there's people that have downloaded the game. They're not using it. But look how many people are watching the Telegram. Look how many people are interacting with the socials. People are active. People are ready. People are really interested. Not only that, is you guys have also been able to generate revenue, which is really interesting, which is really important. So at an early stage, it's really interesting that you guys are doing that. Talk to us a little bit about that. Where do you see the trajectory of the project? How do you see the user growth? Is it exciting to you? Give us a little bit of the rundown on the numbers, brother.
Okay. So, but to answer Jack's question earlier, I think um, the current Ton accounts is around 45 million, right? I think like for one Cadison, I think we bring Ton around 1 million on-chain users. So I mean, we are launching like 18 more games in next couple months, plus other like Animalca brands and other uh publisher or studios. They are like fluctuating or are coming into the Ton ecosystem. I think like it will reach 200 million easily next year sometime. And ultimately, I think the number of users on Telegram is 950 million, you just mentioned, right? And like as you said, Ton users, they you don't see how why the Ton Telegram users they don't open a Ton wallet. And I think 800 million to 900 million in 5 years, 4 years of time, I think that is actually quite possible. Or maybe we can reach that number much earlier than that. With all the games like Cadison and mini apps like short drama video or e-commerce platform that we are going to launch. With all those new mini apps introduced into the Telegram and Ton ecosystem, I think we can reach that number very soon. And back to the topic, back to your question, for Cadison, yeah, we start with simple, fun to play game. And we have actually integrated a lot of elements like love and care for stray cats as a central theme, which resonates deeply with our community. Many of our players, they have shared their personal stories of losing beloved pets and cats in conflict war zones like Russia and Ukraine. Recognizing this, we have committed ourselves to donating 1% of our revenue to the NGO that work to rescue and care for stray cats. So yeah, I think one reason for us to be to have such a high growth rate and large number of users, I can say, is our value and our vision in this. And in addition to the potential profit, yeah, of course, from pay for airdrop model to make profit, like just like the other GameFi models, our commitment to doing good combined with our holistic Web3 ecosystem is the key to retaining and growing our player base. By giving our community a sense of purpose and the ability to contribute to a cause that they care about through their in-game actions, I think we are fostering a deep sense of ownership and engagement. So I think this is like Cadison is in this way, it is more than just a game. To the users, it heals their souls, just like our slogan, it heals the world, heals their soul. And I think it is also why Mr. Pavel Rudolph, he's actually a dog lover, but he's still retweeting our success, our successful closing of the investment from Binance. I think this public endorsement represents the support from the Telegram community to our game, and it definitely helped our game and our future games, including probably Dogison, as Mr. Durov suggests, as a I think we can get users more quickly and gain the community recognition more quickly with our vision and the endorsement from Mr. Durov and other big investors like big exchange like Binance this time top. Yeah, I think this is with all the support and our vision, this is the key reason why Cadison is so successful for now.
Awesome. So you guys have 25 million in-game players, 1.5 million daily active users, and out of all of those, it's 1.4 million total on-chain users. So you're one of the only tap to earn games that's actually through the mining phase, through this phase where you're kind of pre-token, actually also generating on-chain usage out of it. So talk to me. How does the on-chain interaction actually work? And what are Catalyst players actually doing on chain?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier, it is more than just a game. It is actually we put a lot of educational elements into the game. We try to educate the traditional Web2 users to learn some idea in Web3. For example, they learn the idea of staking. By staking their cats or staking their fish coins, they can mine for some extra rewards.
Oh, okay.
And they can also, if they can connect their wallets by simply clicking on the command, uh, then they can receive extra rewards as well. So through all this small process, small milestones, small goals for our users, they gradually open their wallets. They may be making 10 cents payments or maybe making $1 payment next time. And this is how we educate the users the ease of the seamless payment on the Ton and Telegram ecosystem. And this is how we achieve a relatively higher conversion rate
Nice.
comparing the Web2 and Web3 users. Yeah, I think we have around 7 to 8% conversion rate here. And the figure you just mentioned is I think that's yesterday night we have 25 million in-game players. I think after Mr. Durov's support, public endorsement to us, I think we achieved 26.5 million users just some hours ago, and then our on-chain users just exceeded 1.5 million as well. And yeah, and for our Ton users, it's already more than 1 million. I think the growth rate hasn't slowed down. With more and more elements we brought into the ecosystem, I think we can keep this growth rate quite steady.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really interesting what you say around the you're kind of teaching people concepts of the blockchain before they need to get into the more sticky stuff, right? Like the concept of staking, the concept where you have to deposit something for a period of time and it earns you something back in rewards. You're providing an educational experience inside of the game so that people can learn that kind of key concept of blockchain. And then that's leading to this 8% conversion rate of game player, someone who may or may not have previously even ever been interested in crypto, to someone that's now not only interested, but is paying to be part of the crypto ecosystem, right? And so you're actually making revenue from this. And that's kind of one of the points that Pavel Durov called out in his post about you guys. $16 million in revenue from the game, right? So far. So that's pretty amazing.
These are crazy numbers. These are crazy numbers. People don't seem to understand. Like a crypto-centric company generating $16 million revenue, pre-full experience, right? Pre-TGE, pre-token, pre-full incentivization rollout. It's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal.
Months of time. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think we can.
So how much time has it taken to generate that amount of revenue?
Oh yeah, 4 months, because we launched Catalyst for around 4 months of time, and yeah, and it is still growing. So yeah, so the number
That's incredible. So you've launched a game on Tom blockchain. You've added some on-chain features that teach people how to use staking product, and from that experience, you've generated $16 million in revenue in 4 months. Like I don't really see that there is any other example of something like that, and I believe that's probably why Binance is looking at you guys, why obviously Top has invested in you guys. It's a really unique situation that you've got. So how many paying users do you actually have inside of the game?
It's more than 500,000 paying users. So yeah, I can share a little bit more about the ARPU in the game. It's around $31 per users. But I want to point out Japan, the ARPU in Japan is 180. And yeah, players, they tend to pay more and more, and especially right after the announcement from Binance and the support from Mr. Durov, and this ARPU still keep rising. But like, I think the success is like besides the educational features and our vision, our value in the game. I think like we did something basic work right, because we have quite immense experience in Web2 mini games, and our team either coming from a game background or coming from an investment background, we have either involved or invested in a lot of these kind of projects. And yeah, I think from all those experience from WeChat mini game to Facebook mini games, and we have our team has developed a very uh, strong fundamentals for to support our UX UI. I think our UX UI and gaming logic is the fundamental of all our games. And on top of that, user experience is further improved by our SDK and our game engine, because we have always emphasized that we are actually a publisher, but not a game studio. In order to publish more good games and attract more partners to come to join our publishing platform, I think we need some unique stuff to attract them. So that is in our case, that's the SDK and the game engine. With our game engine, before using our game engine, a mini game on Telegram, I think the successful loading rate is around 85%. And with our game engine introduced into the system, and our successful loading rate is around 99% for most of the time. And like in some peak hours, I think we still have around 95%. So the players, they actually won't feel bothered when loading the game. So I think this is our strive for perfection in UX UI and this kind of a user experience. I think it lead to our success as well.
That's great. Okay,
so I think now that we're in full screen, shall we do the next set of words? I think we need a flash.
Just about to say.
Flash all 12 starting from the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have $1,000 giveaway. You unlock all 24 words, get access to your Ton Keeper wallet with $1,000 in Ton. Be the first one to pull it out. Don't be like the first set of people. They just thought that they claimed the wallet. There's no such thing, right? Once you hand over the keys, which is what we're handing over, you'll have access to the crypto. First come, first serve. But talking about adoption, talking about kind of the exposure of new users coming to crypto, we did see the Ethereum ETF roll around, regardless of whether it's a competing blockchain or not. It's a monolithic blockchain that has a ton of users and now is getting institutional awareness and adoption with the likes of the BlackRock ETF, which I believe has done billions of dollars already in transaction volume, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Ricky, Jack, where do you guys see this entire ETF thing rolling out? Do you see it impacting the markets? I know we had some ETFs roll around already in Hong Kong, Ricky. So people are already dipping their toes there. Where do you see this leading? Where do you see the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF impacting this bull run? Are we just getting started? Are we full deep in the trenches of the bull run? Are we supposed to be scared and on our way out because the big dogs are here? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm actually coming from a finance and investment background. So I think the BlackRock ETF news and also the Ethereum ETF this week, I think they are very, very positive news for the whole crypto ecosystem. They are actually important milestones indicating the growing institutional interest in cryptocurrencies. With the investment by these institutional investors, they do not just bring in the liquidity, they also help us to lower the volatility. I think the volatility is one of the major factors that scares most of the people or investors away. So I think with the involvement of these institutional investors through these kind of ETF, I think this is bringing the market confidence. So more and more people will try to get themselves to invest in cryptocurrencies. And with the introduction of the ETF, I think that increased the Bitcoins and Ethereum's visibility and accessibility. And you don't have to suffer the process of opening wallets or working it out with your private bankers how to allocate your portfolio. I think it's just more straightforward. You just buy the ETF, and the ETF will help you to manage it in the market. So more and more people, they will have this in their portfolio, and when they see the profit from this kind of investment, I think they will be more incentivized to look at the underlying cryptocurrencies themselves, and also look at the other projects using this kind of cryptocurrencies. So I think it is generally very positive news to the Web3 ecosystem.
Jack,
Oh,
what are your
definitely.
thoughts?
Yeah, I agree, and I've got this article up here. It's Ethereum ETFs hit 300 million in daily in trading volume just in the first hour of being live on the market. That was actually a little bit less than the Bitcoin ETF launch. It was about 50% of what Bitcoin did in the first few hours of the Bitcoin ETF launch. But obviously, that's a bigger asset. ETH is the second asset there, but 100% agree with what Ricky's saying there. This is a massive step towards institutional adoption of cryptocurrencies. It's the first smart contract platform to get institutional approval, and that's massive, right? Because smart contract platforms are very different from the value proposition of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is this digital gold. That's how BlackRock is effectively marketing it now. They're going around with these adverts saying Bitcoin is digital gold. You've got Larry Fink appearing on NBC saying Bitcoin is digital gold. That is the narrative that the institutions are pushing. That means that it's a protection from risk. It's a safe asset to hold, and that's the kind of positioning they're trying to put out to the market. Ethereum, on the other hand, is very different to that, right? Ethereum is a smart contract platform. It has utility, and so there is no narrative around Ethereum being digital gold. And as an investment vehicle, you're investing in an ecosystem. So you have to pay attention to what's happening within that ecosystem. And that's where institutional investors are going to have to find a different understanding of what Ethereum is. And it's going to be super interesting to see what eventually they come back with, the kind of mass audience, like big institutions. Well, how are they going to frame and position Ethereum in the market now that the ETF is launched, and now that they have to start advertising this to their clients? Super interested to see how that happens. And then there's another point here is around the regulation, right? Is if Ethereum can be supported, that opens up all the other smart contract platforms that are necessary, that are moving towards that level of decentralization that Ethereum has experienced. Because obviously Ethereum's not being considered as a security now that it's been granted its ETF. So is there now a route for other smart contract platforms to also now receive this kind of same institutional adoption and support? So very, very massive time for the space. And obviously,
I mean, my thesis is yes. My thesis is yes. I think Ethereum opens up the door to a lot of other places. I think it opens up the door for other layer ones to begin to look at institutional investments, to begin to add to the roadmaps the potentiality of an ETF. So far that hasn't been a roadmap objective. But that could change. ETFs could become a roadmap objective for these top projects. Now, once again, what is the underlying driver on whether this thing becomes successful or not? User acquisition, user retention. right? So at the end of the day, like, okay, who was out here using Ethereum during the bear market? And I'm a crypto head. I'm a crypto head, but there was no reason for me to be on chain doing on chain transactions with a MetaMask wallet during a bear market when everything was dead. I mean, so dead,
Mm.
right? Like we're talking about Bitcoin doing a couple $100 million of daily transaction volume as opposed to the billions that it does today. So what does that mean? You need bear market proof conditions in order for a project to survive long term. Now, you have these OG players like Ethereum that were able to establish themselves prior to any huge market competition. They also have one of the largest user bases of devs and a lot of people building on their EVM. So the entire premise is you have a ton of users, but you need to have the users year round. You need to have the users bear market proof. And the only place where I see that actually being sustained long term, regardless of an ETF or not, once again, we're talking about user adoption. To me, it's Ton. Now, obviously, Ton, the US, don't have the best relationships right now. But with the entire refund of the billions of dollars that went into the sale, then Fair launched, Mind, there were certain steps that were retracted that are also beneficial now for the project in and of itself to be positioned well to deal with regulation. So pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm also very excited to see now, during now this US election is heating up. Trump's obviously come out as kind of almost pro crypto. Now Kamala Harris is appearing at the Bitcoin. Um, did I just get her name wrong? Is it Kamala
No,
Harris? Is
yeah.
that right?
She's
That's right.
she's
Okay.
she's not insanely relevant, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't really make a difference whether you get her name right or wrong.
Okay.
The premise is the same. They're starting to see Bitcoin and they're starting to see crypto be a big user base of voters, and they're trying to capture it.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
once again, right? You can only bite the hand that feeds you so much, and politicians know that they have to let go of certain things. If you get rid of Telegram, okay, perfect. You get rid of Telegram. Do you understand the upheaval that would take place? Do you understand the craziness that would go down if people started trying to mess with Telegram as an application? People wouldn't like it. So there's certain things that are off limits, and it really comes down to them realizing, hey, like this crypto thing is real. These users are actually real users. They're very passionate about their privacy. They're very passionate about speaking their minds, and they're going to do it, whether you like it or not. So now they're giving way
Mm.
to that. They're giving some leeway. And we start seeing, Trump, for example, he was anti-Bitcoin back in the day. Now he's coming around. Hey, there's maybe 3, 4, 5 million votes in the US that I can extract just by being pro-Bitcoin. Now the Democrats are catching wind to that and being like, oh, okay, well, maybe we fucked up with Biden. Like maybe it wasn't right that we should be cracking down with Gary. Maybe that wasn't intelligent that we should get some of the most successful tech entrepreneurs and billionaires in the world on on the wrong side, right? Like maybe we shouldn't do that because all the Silicon Valley guys, they're pro decentralization. They like Bitcoin. Okay. So right now you have the guys that are the freedom fighters versus what you have the potentiality of a police state, which are the billionaires that want mass surveillance, right? You look at Palantir Technologies as an example, right? They work very close hand in hand with what? The government. So
Hmm.
you're having the pro freedom guys saying, hey, we want decentralization. They're sitting on billions of dollars now fighting the other guys saying, hey, we want mass surveillance, states and control. But at the end of the day, the market chooses what the market wants. And obviously, with 950 million active users, which was maybe 900 last month or a little bit before that when we just got started talking about these things, the exponential growth curve is there. So regardless of the politicians, Jack, I genuinely believe they're going to bend the knee because the people are going to get what they want one way or the other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
And Ricky, we'll come back to you in a second about want to hear more about Citizen.
Mm.
But I did just want to double tap on the point that Luke made there around Telegram, and the resistance, right? Like this narrative around Telegram is as being a privacy preserving messaging app, global, that now has its own Web3 ecosystem that can effectively foster a global economy inside of it, right? Like that's what's being built on Ton and in Telegram. And there's a great narrative around some of the memes on Ton, and they'll love that I say this, but the resistance, right? We've got these two memes on Ton: resistance dog, resistance cat. It comes from the Pavel Durov's dog, resistance dog. And Pavel has, in his interviews, he's always said like he wants to be free and he wants to enable freedom in the world, and that's kind of his mission. He holds a load of Bitcoin, he holds loads of cash in his bank, but he doesn't own anything. He just wants to enable freedom through Telegram and help people to do that. And then he built the third-party mini apps platform that now is the most crypto enabling mini apps platform there is. And there's a real good chance that a resistance narrative can really pop off. I don't see it happening right now, but I do feel like with Pavel's history, having to leave Russia because he resisted the government control of Telegram, and his previous company there called VK. He left Russia, moved the whole company to Dubai because they were trying to get control of Telegram. Like that's a real freedom fighter, right? That's a guy that's really put his neck on the line to enable us as users of Telegram to remain free and remain unwatched by governments around the world. So that's someone that I'm very proud to be working towards a similar vision as him. I can't say working with him because he doesn't tell us anything about what's going on. And in fact, we didn't even know about the 950 million users until he announced it the other day. We didn't know that he was going to talk about Kazakhstan. Like we don't know any of the stuff that he does. So it's great to have these happy surprises from him, and it's great to be kind of in his ecosystem. But I do feel like the resistance narrative of Telegram and Ton is one for the future, not one that's there right now, but it's surely coming. Surely.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Ricky?
Yeah, I actually think it's inevitable. Even before the mini app stuff, even before Tom was introduced into Telegram, I think the people in some countries they're starting to use Telegram to order their cab or buying merchandise in some chat group. I think the people who believe in Mr. Duroff's vision, I think they like their vision and they will use this messenger app. And this is the fundamental of the ecosystem today because the people they believe in it and then they even use it for their daily lives. So what we are doing right now is just to make the life of these people easier by giving them some mini app to do this purchasing of merchandise, ordering cabs, or even playing games. I think it is just fulfilling the need of the already existing ecosystem there. And moreover, I think Telegram is successful to remain independent because of the business model. They don't need to ask for a lot of institutional investment. They don't need to get listed, and yeah, and they don't even have to consider having some kind of token themselves to get capital because they have the Telegram Premium, which already is more than enough to keep the Telegram ecosystem up and running and growing. So I think this is a very good choice by Mr. Duo's team. And yeah, I think it is one of the key reasons to keep them still independent from a lot of other different forces.
I want to add to what Ricky was saying, just so people actually gain some context. We have the introduction of e-commerce, the feature of e-commerce now coming onto Telegram, right? So like your ability to build a community and sell to your community is now going to be taking place on the platform, right? Most of the times it's taking place outside of the platform. The fact that you guys are bringing in as a feature as well, I think it's understated. I think it's understated. The fact that people are going to be able to transact. And now that you're creating a meta, whereby what? The meta is you interact with our company, you interact with our project, and you don't necessarily have to leave the platform. Everything takes place on platform. So right now we have a massive fight for, you see TikTok's rolling out TikTok shops. You see Instagram, they did Instagram shops, failed miserably. So a lot of these projects and a lot of these ecosystems, they're very big on the entire user journey, right? They want to capture as much of the user journey as possible. But now that you guys are rolling out some of these new innovative features, I don't know how many people are doing e-commerce on Telegram, but the fact that you guys are considering it being a crypto native project is still extremely cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we believe so.
Yeah. Yeah. How will the e-commerce platform work then?
Well, actually, it is just a part of our ecosystem because we have been always emphasizing that we are more than a game publisher. We introduce games in order to attract attention, attract traffic. And then in our mini app center, we will partner with different partners and also introduce our e-commerce and or even short video drama platform into this mini app center. So when our players when they go to the mini app center and then they find that they can actually find the other entertainment besides games. So they may want to have a try in this e-commerce or short drama platform. And also by spending the tokens they earn from staking in Cadison or in our other games. And I think gradually they will develop the habit of spending more of their attention in Telegram or in our ecosystem. And gradually we can introduce more of different mini apps. So e-commerce and short drama and games is just a start to attract the attention here. I think we will be introducing more different kinds of apps in the long run, but it just all of these apps will just become a very big ecosystem, and there won't be just cat hit tokens. There will be more tokens if needed, but we will see. We will see how the whole ecosystem is evolving, and we will see. Make sure our community can be satisfied by the right tokenomics. So we will be very careful on that.
I do want to tap into tokenomics, and I want to tap into TG. I want to ask you a couple of things regarding kind of like what's the horizon for the community? What should they be looking forward to? But before we do that, let's actually pull up the next four words, Dan, behind the scenes. If you can actually run us from the start for people that just tapped in a couple minutes too late. This is the last time we're showing the first four words. All right. One more second. Go back one more second.
Let's read them out.
All right.
Follow, Visa,
There you go.
produce,
Done. Those are your
main,
four words for Ton Keeper.
update, sister, battle, cloth.
Let's go all the way to 20. We'll have the last four ready to roll.
Banner,
Will people
February,
activate
device,
those
tower.
wallets?
Job, build, they're eager. And just to be clear, you need to get a Ton self-custodial wallet here. You need to putting these into the login screen of a Ton wallet. You can use Ton Keeper, you can use My Ton wallet. That's Loud, Casino, Learn, Magnet. Then once you get that last word, you need to put that word in, log into the wallet, and then you need to send the Ton that's in there, $1,000 worth of Ton, to your own wallet, another wallet. So you got to have your address ready. That's how it works, guys. That's everything's on the blockchain, right? So
that's how you're going to get your $1,000 of Ton. So anyways, jumping into the last segment here, talk to us a little bit about TG, talk to us a little bit about tokens. What should the community be looking for? What are some news? What's on the horizon? You know, people are tapping away, people are playing, people are engaged, but they're looking for their incentives. They're looking for what's next. What's next, Ricky?
So I think a lot of people playing Cadison is anticipating the airdrop. It is highly anticipated and closely aligned with of the whole community's desires. So we actually hold community vote to see how would they want us to prioritize uh, how we prioritize the airdrop mechanics. So right now, actually the vote was just released some hours ago. We will prioritize the VKT tokens profit. If you have a higher speed of this generating this VKT token profit, you will have a higher chance of getting the airdrop. And there will be no IDO for our KT tokens. The only way you can get the KT tokens is just to play it. And yeah, this is always played for airdrop. And for the tokenomics, I think we have been paying very much attention to the community feedback every now and on. And in the beginning, in the very beginning, actually our tokens allocate for the communities around, I think, 30 something percent. And after hearing the comments, we actually have to call up our investors and our team to discuss whether we should increase the percentage to 40% or even more. And finally, we decided we increased our tokens to for community to 43%, which is a lot to the communities to make sure everyone is fairly treated. Because I think there are a lot of different stories these days about the communities not being fairly treated. A lot of the investors or the team will get the token and got away. And we are trying very hard to make sure it does not happen on us. We want to make sure our community is prioritized and they are being fairly treated. So that's the idea for our tokenomics.
Lovely. Last question for me on this TVL. Maybe Jack can wrap up on the last final question that he has. But the last question that I have is towards people that are currently building, right? People that are builders, people that want to start their own project. They might already have, the boots on the ground, but they don't necessarily have the same traction, the same revenue numbers, right? We're talking about anomalies here. What is your advice? What is your opinion to builders? Where should they be building? What should they be looking at? What is your advice to people that either want to get started on a project, have an existing project, they're trying to get traction? What are the things to look for? What are the green flags? What are the red flags? What is the advice to founders?
Okay. Where should I begin? I think most importantly is if you have an idea, just do it quickly. And by doing quickly, you need a very experienced development team and very experienced UX UI team to make sure the game or the apps is smooth and the users have their best user experience when they first launch your app. This is very important because if they fail to load it in the first time or they find it hassled, they find it very difficult to use in their first time, you probably will lose that very valuable user. And like I think this is just the basics. And if you have a successful team, experienced team, good team to build an app for you with a good idea, I think the traditional way to gain more traction is through the KOL by spending money. Or in the traditional world, you pay a lot to Facebook or WeChat. You pay a lot, and they make sure they limit your ROI so that maybe you can get a lot of paying users, but the profit left for you is very little. But in Telegram, I think it's different. The more marketing resources you acquire in Telegram and on Ton, I think they won't, because privacy is very valuable in the whole Telegram community. So I don't think there is a lot of big data to exploit from. So you are just paying a normal amount of marketing capital, into this ecosystem, and you can gain a lot of return if your game or app is good enough. So don't fear to spend your marketing budget in Telegram and Ton. I think that it's quite reasonable. And yeah, of course, the KOL also, they help us to grow a lot in different countries. And I would like to point out that recently we find out the Japanese community is actually a very interesting community because we didn't spend a lot of KOL resources. We didn't do a lot of campaign over there, but we gained a lot of paying players in Japan from Japan. And the ARPU I mentioned to you earlier is 6 times higher than the average of other regions. I think it is a very good community to look into. I think if your app or your game fit the need of the Japanese community, you can get very decent return as well. And I think what I want to say is we actually love competition. We embrace the competition because in this Telegram and Ton ecosystem, this is a market with a very high potential, and the market is still very scattered. And even if more competitors come in, the market is big enough to fit all these competitors. And I think in middle term or long term, the head effect will gradually occur. The competition in among all these players in the market, they will spend a lot of marketing resources, and they will bring a lot of new users, on-chain users, into the Ton and Telegram ecosystem. And when the whole ecosystem grow, I think everyone in this ecosystem will benefit. And I think the best player in this ecosystem, they will benefit the most, because if you keep introducing good games, good mini app, you will only have more partners coming to you to share your resources, instead of they working on their own game or mini app independently on their own. I think the head effect will become very, very prominent in the near future if the competition is getting more sphere in these 2 years. So I love the competition, and I think all these new games and new apps developers, I think they can find people like us, publishers like us, to share the marketing resources with them, to exchange the traffic with them. I think it is actually the easiest way to start to getting the attraction here. And by saying exchanging the resources, it is just to join our mini app center. I think we have a lot of scheme in our mini app center to exchange traffic. So yeah, I think we are one of the guys to talk to if you want to start your business in Ton and Telegram ecosystem.
So how do people go ahead and get a hold of you guys? I know you guys have the ability to operate with other teams or other ideas as well, not just your own. How would people get a hold of you guys? How would people begin to integrate into what you guys are doing for the 15,000 people watching across the live stream right now?
So I think we are pretty easy to reach to. You can find us on Twitter, on Telegram. I think you can, or even here, you can add my Telegram or Twitter here, and then just leave me a text, and I will have our marketing team to talk to you. But I think a lot of the partners these days, they're introduced by the exchange. A lot of this exchange, they have some project applying for listing or applying for their investment. And when this exchange find that, they have a really high potential in those projects, and yeah, they now will try to introduce this project to us. So if you do not have our contacts, you can even just talk to the exchange that you're going to list on, or about to list on, or you want to list on. Just talk to them, and then I think we are talking to a lot of the major exchange this day, and I think they will be more than happy to introduce you to us, to partner up to exchange the traffic.
Yeah, so if I can just summarize what you said there at the end, it's moving fast to build, for developers to build on Ton. You need to move fast. You need to take advantage of this blue ocean opportunity where there's not that much competition right now, and then you need to partner up with teams like yourselves who are dishing out this early traffic. So all of this early traffic that all of these games are gathering is going to be really valuable for the rest of the ecosystem as we move to the next level, where there's lots more competition, which is coming. You know, we had 1,000 applications to the hackathon that we did recently. 23 new projects just shared the prize fund as of last Friday. You can go back in the history of Ton blockchain Twitter and see that live stream where those guys won the money. So those teams are coming. Thousands more teams are building on Ton, and there's going to be a lot of competition coming soon. But what they're going to need, and what you're going to provide in Catizen, is this access to the traffic, this early traffic which you managed to gather, and then position people back into to push that traffic to these new apps that are coming in. It's a similar kind of model to what Notcoin did. Notcoin is now pushing traffic, that early traffic they got, the 40 million users, to other new projects. And so I think that model will be consistent for these early projects like you guys, like Catizen, like Notcoin, Hamster Combat, for instance, where they've got a lot of traffic, they've got a lot of users, and now they need to redistribute that to these new projects that are going to come in. So very interested to see how that all works and manifests. But I think we need to maybe go to the seed phrase. How many have we got through? I don't even know. Can we?
I think we're down to the last four. We're down to the last four. All right.
Okay.
Dan, let Ricky do the honors. Whenever Ricky says green light, we'll show the last four, and somebody will walk away today. We have over 15,000 people watching us across all channels. Somebody will walk away with an extra $1,000 or their first $1,000 in Ton. So congratulations to the winner. Make sure that you post it and you tag Ton Society. You can tag me. You can tag Jack. You can even tag Ricky and be like, hey, thank you. I got the money. But Ricky, whenever you green light, I'll have a Dan showcase the last four words, and congratulations to the winner.
What do
Green
I
light?
say? Green light? Yeah, green light.
Green light.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Okay,
so the last three words, and then the fourth, the 24th word is going to be displayed on a Telegram channel, my Telegram channel at Broadcast. How do we get this displayed? Do we have the at Broadcast channel? All right, go to Broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I can bring that up.
It's right there. Go to at Broadcast. I'm about to post the last word on at Broadcast. Just tap into the Telegram real quick. I'm going to post it in 5. I'm giving you guys a chance, the shot here. I'm giving you guys a second. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, final word. Posted. What I love about Telegram, if the people watching right now that are actually on my broadcast channel, is I just posted the last word of the seed phrase. Almost 1,000 people have already seen it. Just within me talking about the sentence, 1,000 people. It's no Instagram story. It's no email. It's instant direct communication with tens of millions of people around the world. This is a testament of how you can run your business. This is a testament of how you can incentivize your community, how you can build an audience and a community that sticks loyal and stays with you long term. So congratulations to the winner. Make sure you tag all of us. Jack, wrap us up. Take us away, brother.
All right. So the last word, I see it in his channel, at Broadcast. If you're not in there already, follow along, guys. Go to at Broadcast, join the channel. Luke is dropping absolute bombs in there all the bloody time. But yeah, just to wrap us up, Ricky, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Obviously, Catizen is one of the preeminent projects in this early raft of great Ton projects that is launching. TGE is coming soon. Do we know any date?
Soon. Really soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. Very soon. Yeah. There you go. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The TGE for Catizen is coming sometime soon. And what we see with Catizen, I think the interesting thing I take away from this call is that you've really created a system where you're generating revenue before the token's even launched. It's not about just the token. It's about the sustainability. You're already putting into place the plans for an ecosystem after the token is launched. All of this gaming and playing to earn and play to airdrop, all of this is simply a phase to larger growth down the line, building a community of individuals around a shared love of cats that, is amazing in and of itself. That all the revenue, like 1% of that, gets donated to Stray Cats and Stray Cat Foundation. It's literally blockchain having an impact on the real world. It's Tom blockchain having an impact on the real world, and it's making real revenue for you as developers, for you as project owners. That is something amazing. $16 million in 4 months revenue. You don't see run-ups like that, even in e-commerce, even in massive launches like even that Luke does in his channel. $16 million in 4 months is a pretty
Amazing.
tall ask of anything, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So congratulations to you guys, Ricky. Your team is killing it. Such a pleasure to have you on, and look forward to the next steps, my brother.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Luke. And good luck to your future episodes.
We'll do a follow-up one after you guys launch successfully, and hopefully we got some updates on the next projects that are going to be rolling out in your guys' ecosystem. We'll be paying attention, Ricky.
Yep, that will be our great honor. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Another TVL. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep, TVL.
Thank you,
See you
guys.
Bye.